What's going on, y'all? So listen. Girl, what's going on? Don't mind me. I just came into the house and I am hot. I was at work. I had to work this weekend. Well, I didn't work yesterday, but I was busy yesterday. That's why I didn't get to the video. But girl, and truth be told, I would have been mad if I would have forced myself to do it yesterday, because this week's episode of Beyond the Gates, it really wasn't much. When I tell you I can do a 5-minute video and be all over it, okay? But I really wanted to get up on here and to rant. My thing wasn't plugged up this whole time. The freak. Anyway, imagine having a thunder/lightning storm with possible flooding, which we didn't get, but we had a whole thunderstorm, and it started probably around 12 something or 11, almost 12 something, and then it just got real bad. Now I ain't know how bad it got, because I went to sleep, and surprisingly I was able to sleep through all of that. But some people was like, girl, it was crazy. For the most part, it was going back to back. Wake up, it's hot, it's muggy. Get to work, it's still hot and muggy. You want to know why? Because ain't no goddamn air up in there going on. And why would they keep us open? So I am flummish, okay? I'm perspiring a little bit, and I just don't like it. I'm glistening. Y'all know summer ain't big bitch friendly, okay? I was just like, oh my God. And then the engineer want to come when we about to go. What? I'm getting out of here, okay? But anyway, that's my little spiel. Let's get into this Beyond the Gates season 1, episodes 109 to 113. Girl, nothing. Okay? Girl, nothing. Let me tell you something. I need these storylines to be a little bit more, not on the nose, but I need a little bit more suspense or something to be, girl, what? Or is that okay? I need a little bit more, like, because y'all got to remember, y'all in the day and age of social media, and social media be finding stuff out so quick. And, we shouldn't have been able to put the 2 and 2 together. I'm still cool with it, but I just was mad at the fact that I was able to put 2 and 2 together real quick about a couple of storylines. And one storyline, honestly, I didn't even see coming. But at the same time, I was like, girl, what? I'm kind of upset about it, but it makes sense, okay? Because they want that lady to be the goddamn villain for real. And she's just about to be a menace to their life. They thought that they was getting that lady up out of here. Absolutely not. So we get up into it. This whole situation with Bill and Haley, girl, I don't care, because Haley is such a fucking liar. And Bill, you are so, he probably really do love that lady. Because he's not questioning anything. He, taking her word for what it is and what it's not. And I'm just like, William, because I'm pretty sure that's what his real name is. William, why don't you open up your ears? Okay, like, come on, open up your eyes. That lady is lying to you. All of a sudden, every time you want to ask about the sonogram, oh, I didn't take one, or no, they gonna send it to me or whatever, and I already took it before you came, and woo. If this is your first child and all of this stuff, you will not be moving so reckless the way that Haley is moving, right? And then for me to come home and to see this stranger man in my office, in my house with my wife by herself, I don't care if you helped her or not. Why are you in my home, and why do you know my address? Sammy/Randy. Okay, I was just sitting there and I said, wait a minute, you don't know who Randy is? But I remember Bill didn't work for them, okay? That's Joey's man, and Bill just came there to do the messenger. You know what I'm saying? He was the message to give to Kenna and to set things in play, but Randy was supposed to be the one that actually did the thing, all right? So they never really crossed paths. So, of course, he didn't know who the hell Randy was, or I should say Sammy in this case. And I really feel like there is something else going on between Haley and Sammy, and I really want to get down to the bottom of it. Truth be told, I need a storyline to pop up with them because they said that Randy's supposed to have been married with kids. Why is you helping Haley and what is your connection to her? Okay, I need the storyline to pop up saying that, oops, yeah, Bill, she all lovey-dovey with you and acting like she ain't got nobody. Oh, she got somebody. Not only do she got somebody, she's sleeping with that man, and when she get pregnant again, if she does, it's gonna be his baby. That's what I want it to be. So I could be like, bitch, I told you, because I just don't like her. I just don't like her. She too sneaky, okay? And then when Danny came over there, I will say this. I love it each and every time we get a scene with Bill and Danny, and Bill is being vulnerable. And Haley just so happens to pop in at the tail end and to catch the conversation or to see their closeness, how he just basically lets his guards down with her, because he don't do that with Haley. He does not do that with Haley. And see, this is what happens when you know somebody in and out, through and through, no matter how much of an effed up person they are. Bill still loves Danny. I don't give a good goddamn what people say or what Bill got to say or what Haley got to feel. He still loved Danny just as much as Danny still loved him, okay? He just showing it a little bit different. Now, once it comes out that Haley up here messing around with somebody else, Bill gonna be messing around with Danny. That's just what it is. Just that's what it is. And I'm gonna be mad about it because I want Danny to move forward. They brought that dude Divine onto the show. I said he looks familiar. That's Lil Ricky from Family Matters. And I do know he play on other shows. What is it? Young and the Restless and all that shit. I said, don't whet our appetite like that, because the way Danny was looking when he walked past. Okay. I said, yeah, look at it. And he got, he in the music industry and all that shit or whatever. But let me get back to this. This whole situation with Haley, you just want to be a bitch to Danny just because Danny been clocking you. And you got to stay with that, okay? Because you know that she knows your secret. And, they got Danny up here feeling all bad. And Bill has to tell her, girl, regardless of the stuff that was going on between you and Haley, it ain't had nothing to do with you, that little situation. She fell this morning. That's just all that it was. She fell. And that's just what it was, okay? And I said, no, that ain't what it was. She fell on purpose to make it seem like, if she has a miscarriage, that was the reason. Baby, we already up on your game, okay? And then going to the hospital, all of a sudden, literally the next day, now you want to take him to the hospital and you want to go to allow him to be up in there with you to see if your uterus can hold another child again. It's at this point, I don't even understand what's the purpose. What is the reason for Haley to be going through all these hoops and circles and jumping through, canals and all this stuff to fake a pregnancy, fake a miscarriage, and all it is to keep Bill? Like, what's going on? Bill wants you. You got the prize. You ain't got to go through all this. That man ain't finna give you up. Okay, like, I don't understand what's the end goal. What is her mind frame? I don't get it. Meanwhile, another person that I don't get, this whole situation with Naomi, Jacob, listen, y'all get on my goddamn nerves. Naomi, you just as bad as your husband now. Naomi, I was on your side. But the way he be coming for your family and you be letting it happen, oh, here goes those Duprees. I said, wait a minute. Just like a Dupree. I said, meanwhile, your daddy a whole corrupt-ass cop. What? You gonna have to stop them little slick-ass comments, Mr. Jacob, okay? Listen, Jacob, get the stick out your ass. I gotta keep on telling you that. Get the stick out your ass because you keep doing the most. And it's so irritating. And now you got Naomi on doing the same thing. You done rubbed off on her. Like, I understand. And you are a lawyer, Naomi. Why is it that you are meddling so far? See, some people just don't. Now I see why her and Jacob are together. They don't know when to fucking stop. Like, I get it. You're trying to help somebody out. But at the same time, once you found out that June's kids was taken and they were put in a closed adoption, you should have left it there at that moment, okay? You should have just left it at that, because you don't know what type of can of worms you're about to open up, and now you're going to open it up on your own damn family, okay? June then came through, and, the sister was still pissed off at June because her whole reasoning is June knew she couldn't take care of them kids. Why she let somebody come through and get them? Okay, you could have just gave them to us. Come to find out, the sister was being a little bit too judgmental when she had to eat crow because she found some of June's old possessions, and it was like a letter that she wrote or whatever. She couldn't really understand it, but when June looked at it and all that stuff, this was a letter basically saying that June was the one that called CPS and to take the kids because she knew she wasn't suitable for them kids right at that moment. This whole time you was upset at June and making it seem, which I give her a little leeway because she didn't know. June just wasn't there, okay? And so yeah, the sister feel a little shitty because she judged June a little bit too much, and come to find out June actually did the right thing and gave the kids up and not let them get taken and further go through the mess that she was putting them through, okay? But then, Naomi, being Naomi, you a lawyer, and why are you going through all these channels trying to open up a closed adoption? Only to find out that, yes, Cecile and Ronald. You might as well call them BB and CC at this point, okay? Call them Ruby D and Ozzy. That's that. Oh, we finna go on the front line and activate, baby. We got to be out here for our civil rights ass name. Cecile, and Ronald. Ronald, okay, we can call him Lil Ronnie. But god damn, Cecile, bring your ass over here. Mama said, come on up in here and churn this butter. Great, it gets very old like that, okay? But come to find out, we already know that those were Samantha and Terrell. Now you go over there, and even Jacob told her to calm the fuck down. Naomi said, what if he need to talk? No, Naomi, no. Because what if June would have all of a sudden want to flip and be like, I want my kids back and try to fight for them? Or better yet, what if Regina finds out, because now June is going to stay with Regina. Okay, that's her sister. Now, what if Regina finds out, because, June didn't talk to her and told her about the fact that we done found the kids and all that shit. Now, what if Regina want to come through and be like, okay, well, you don't want to feel fit for the kids. Well, I'm going to come here and try to fight for the kids. What? It's too much disruption is going on right about now, and I like it. But it's too much, Naomi. What is your problem? Why would you do this to your family? Your brother, your cousin is going through a lot as it is already. He had a murder on his hand. It was self-defense. Okay. He had a racist coming after him. He got another murder on his conscience because, it kind of led up to it. He ain't really do it, but, because they was trying to have shit, it wound up happening. Okay? Now you got this division in his marriage. He's separated from his husband. His husband ain't really giving him no leeway, which he shouldn't. Okay? And now you want to put this up in here. They done found the kids' birth mothers. Girl, Terrell and Samantha. Now listen, Samantha, I already knew she was going to be the one that was going to give her a chance. Okay? Samantha needs a goddamn hobby. Okay? Terrell, he just because he's the oldest. Of course, the oldest is going to feel the brunt of it. Because you left, and I had to take care of everything. I had to grow up quicker than I needed to. Because I had to take care of my little sister. Because you out here fucking around in the streets with drugs and stuff. And I'm so glad that they kept it real. To the sense that, when June, they did decide to go ahead and meet June. And I hated the way that they let this go so quick. I said, oh, y'all moving real quick. All of this happened in the span of a day or two? What the fuck? Give me time. But all right, they went on ahead and they let June come over to the crib and, meet them and all that stuff. And Terrell just really wasn't having it. Terrell was me. Bitch, I'm going to bring it up every time you left us. Because your ass wanted to go get high, bitch, with all of the shit that was going on. And truth be told, the way that June was acting, I would have acted like that for a little bit. And then I probably would have softened up because June, she just seems so goddamn nice. Okay? You can't really be mad. This was probably, what's this day and age? I say you got caught up in the crack. You got caught up in the early 90s, late 90s, whatever, and all that shit. Shit happens, okay? And she admitted it got to a point where the drugs fried her brain to the point that she forgot stuff, or she intentionally forgot stuff, and it just went on ahead and further messed up her brain. So, I get it. And they had every right to feel the way that they felt. And I felt bad for little Smitty, because Smitty was the one that found the kids. We get their little backstory. He was doing the as he was doing some little journalism assignment, and he was down there with the unhoused people, and he saw the kids out there, whatever. And he wanted to, was it the unhoused people, or was they at an adoption agency or some shit like that, something like that. And he took to the kids, okay? And that is why they have a better relationship. I'm not going to say a stronger relationship with Smitty. Smitty just took to him all the time. And Martin even knows that. And Martin feels some type of way, because even when Martin comes over, Terrell don't fuck with him like that. He respects him, but he don't like him like that because of the fact of he's blaming him for what's going on in their marriage, And truth be told, it's understandable. And of course, Samantha, she just want to be daddy's girl, okay? She just want everybody to be all together. So there's that. But yeah, Naomi, look what you done caused. Because now it's finna just open up the floodgates to some other shit to come, okay? Moving on from that, this situation with Andre and Ashley. Ashley came in that at the end of last week and saw Andre kissing on Danny, only for Danny to wake up and for Andre to finally tell her, listen, we can be friends, but we can't be doing this other shit no more because I want to try this out with Ashley possibly or whatever. Danny already figured it out. And Danny, you know what? I was surprised that she handled it the way that she handled it, like a grown-ass woman. Okay? She still threw a little shady shots or whatever, but she said, go ahead and do what you got to do. You don't want this, it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, you really don't want Andre like that, Danny. Okay? And then he go over there trying to get with Ashley. Ashley don't want him because she saw him with with Danny, and so it's just like, girl, what? It ain't even meant to be. Now I'm pretty sure they're about to have it so that Derek and after they went through all of what they went through, Derek trying to get her back. It took him to come into the emergency room because he went on that bike triathlon thing or whatever he did, didn't fully train for it. Kept on going when he should have stopped, and he knew he should have crashed, went over the handlebars and fucked around and hurt himself to the point where they had to take him into immediate surgery because he couldn't feel his legs. His back was hurting, but he couldn't feel his leg. Girl, he had a pinch ass, crushed ass spine on a nerve column, and so they fixed it a little bit, and now they got to see whether or not he if when it heals up, if it's gonna get his nerves back, if he gonna be able to walk again. Okay, and of course Ashley is just, oh my God, Derek, and it's just like, so now this is gonna be the reason why you go back to him and you be there for him because he's hurt. Derek, I wouldn't allow that shit. Don't be desperate. Don't put up with her shit. Olive oil gotta go. Okay, moving on from that. Chelsea, get a restraining order and get a security guard. I already seen that on somebody posted a clip of what's gonna be happening next week, baby. Yeah, what that girl, Miss bitch, what is her name? Allison, crazy ass motherfucker. You can't get in your feelings that the girl that you want all of a sudden don't want you, and you keep popping up. And then you want to lie and say, oh, it's an opportunity to get in on this social media app that's just about to start and all this shit. Bitch, get out of here, okay? And Chelsea had to tell you, leave me the fuck alone. And then you up there telling the man, I'm trying to save you from this bitch. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Your mood swings keep going up and down, and you want me to come to you? Now, usually, no, that's not appealing. I was about to say you should use it there. No, it's not. That's psychotic, okay? Chelsea is going to need some help. Now, who else needs some help? Kat, let that man go. Kat and Tomas, it's just, y'all keep trying to make fetch happen. This is what happened. Listen, Tomas and Ashley probably have more chemistry than Kat and Tomas in this instant, okay? Because y'all go do the little salsa dancing. At first, y'all couldn't even find y'all rhythm on that. And it took him getting jealous of the damn salsa teacher to finally come through and to do a little move. I said, you Puerto Rican. Come on, move them hips, bitch. And he finally did. They had a good time. Went and took a whole shower together and had sex on the couch. And I said, And when he tried to do it, he was like, oh, I'm so intrigued by you. And I just want to touch you all the time. And it's just like, oh, our bodies move at the same rhythm, and let's do it again. She said, you want to do it again? Oh my God. When she said that shit, I cracked up so bad because she was dead serious. You want to do it again? I said, oh, she don't like it. It's not that, it was her first time. They not connected because either he is bad in bed or he just boring and she just not feeling it. So when she was talking to Chelsea about it, Chelsea said, you gay? She said, absolutely the fuck not. She said, thank God, because then that means more for me. I said, girl, go away. Okay? And she said, is you asexual? Are you asexual? She was like, no, girl, I want to fuck. But it's just him. I said, let him go. While he over there talking to Eva, because Eva, she was over there with her mama. Okay? We get to this little scene. She was over there with her mama. And Leslie had wound up getting this letter that was coming from a law office talking about she got some type of inheritance. And truth be told, I'm not mad at Leslie and her initial response to it because we always get those spam emails that saying, oh, you inherited this and inherited that. And you like, who the fuck? You know that shit's spam. So that's what she did. She was ignoring the stuff. And then Eva finds out that she had been getting those letters quite frequently for the past week or so. And she been ignoring it. So Eva took it upon herself after they go through their little tiff, Leslie, you go through this whole woe is me. I want to be a victim because now my daughter that I brought into this situation is fitting in somewhat with the people that are not fitting, allowing me into their circle. Why would you expect them people to allow you in their circle, allow you in their life, and, to treat you any type of way other than the evil person that you are because of the way that you did the things that you did? Like, it baffles me. Okay, and now you're upset that, she's hanging with that crowd when you brought her over there for that whole reason. Because you not accepted and you feel like she basically leaving you in the dust and choosing them over you. Bitch, she's still coming over there to see you. Girl, what's your problem? Okay, now if you would have went about it a different way, an honest way, you probably would have had a little bit more leeway. And Ted probably would have been 100% the villain. But no, you made yourself a villain as well. Okay, like, come on, let's stop acting. So Eva took the letter down there to Tomas to see what was up. They had their little flirt, I need them to go ahead and fuck. Because maybe they'll have more rhythm with her, okay? Because that's just really what it's giving. Meanwhile, the law office do call Leslie. Leslie do answer. And she was playing along until they had said, can we get your social security? And as soon as that, I said, hang that phone up, Leslie. Hang it up. Because, bitch, who? What? My what? We not finna do that. In this day and age, motherfuckers take your shit and they be scamming and all that stuff. Absolutely not. Identity theft. I said, So I was with her on that part. But then they did answer a phone and it was a bill collector. And Leslie, you want people to feel some type of way, but you up here trying to use your daughter again to get Ted to give her some more money. Like, girl, what? Meanwhile, we get this whole thing with this lady Peaches coming through that's supposed to have took care of Leslie. And I was like, oh, that's her mama. Girl, that ain't her mama. That's her play mama. That's the mama who raised her. Girl, guess who her mama is? Her mama is Barbara. Barbara? Shirley, this is Barbara, okay? That's who her mama is. I said, girl, get out of here. Get out of here. Mind you, Anita had just had that meeting with Devon, who wanted her to get back in the studio, do a new album or whatever. She said absolutely not, but I need you to go cook up with Tracy and Sharon, okay? Then Tracy and Sharon come over there to the crib and they have a little conversation because they getting ready to go. They was trying to convince her, come on, go back on tour with us and all this shit. She was like, no, girl, this is for y'all. And, I was cool with Sharon finally admitting, bitch, when I heard about this reunion, I said, no, girl, I'm coming over here so I can give me a little shine, give me a little cash, and I never want to see your face goddamn again. But that ain't had turned out, girl. I love you. We sisters for life and all that shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And they kept on bringing up Barbara and all this stuff or whatever. Now, earlier, Anita was talking about how she made a foundation or something where she could go ahead and give Barbara money to her family, but do it in a way that they won't know that it's coming from Anita. Okay, and she put some more money in there recently. Like, she took the money that she got, her portion of the money that she got from this reunion, and she put it in there as well. And I said, God damn it, bitch. Because on that goddamn preview, Anita gonna be slapping the dog shit out of Leslie, and she deserves it. She deserves it. Okay, I don't give a good goddamn what was the reason. She deserves it. But at this point in time, I'm pissed, but I'm here for it. Because now we about to really shake some shit up. Because we can't get away from this bitch. This whole time I feel so bad about the fact that I possibly caused this woman to go down the spiral to take her own life. And then I'm giving her money throughout these years because I'm so guilty about it. But that was my friend. I would have still did it in the end either way. And then the bitch that goddamn helped fuck up my family. She now is still integrated in my life one way or the other. And I got to give her money. This money that I've been putting aside, she is actually that lady's goddamn heir. What? Oh, Anita. I feel for you, girl. Okay. Meanwhile, speaking of, that sit down that Ted had with Anita and Vernon, baby, true words have never been spoken. Ted, no one feels sorry for you because we've been saying this about you this whole damn time. I feel like Turtleneck Ted probably would have put his foot down and he probably would have made a little bit more effort. I don't know what's going on and why they written Ted this way, new Ted this way, because it just really like you was so lovey-dovey with your wife and all this stuff, and now all of a sudden you don't want to put forth the effort, and when, because she got the divorce paper, or I should say Ted wound up getting the divorce paper and wind up going over there to Anita and Vernon and said, so y'all not gonna put a stop to this? Bitch, when he said that shit, I said, excuse me. First of fucking all, your wife is the one that decided to do this. They didn't tell her to do that. Okay? Why would you go over there to her parents and say, so y'all not gonna put a stop to this, as if she's not a grown woman and can't think for herself? Okay? They're not in your marriage. You did the offense to her. So therefore, go to her. And the gag was, she came up in there at the exact same time with Carlton. Bitch, and when he went over there to try to talk to her, Carlton said, you want me to leave? I said, goddamn, Carl, you don't like that motherfucker either. I said, shit. What? That was funny to me. But see, Anita and Vernon gagged Ted and told him the truth. You spend more time trying to get to know and be daddy to the girl that came in and making sure that she comfortable with the girl that came in and fucked up your goddamn life and your relationship than actually trying to fix and get your wife back. And that's what we've been saying this whole damn time. He been doing all this stuff for Eva, which is understandable and I get it, but you not being equal with it. Okay, we seeing you more so going over there getting Eva a job, fixing this problem, doing this, talking to Leslie, all this stuff. But we barely see you interacting with Nicole. We don't see you trying to go over there to the house that often. Oh, I sent her this and I sent her that. Fuck Flowers. Flowers is not gonna make up for this. Okay, you ain't putting in no fucking effort. And then got the nerve to get up in your feelings when you find out that divorce is gonna happen, and you. Listen, and then drinking his pain away and his sorrow with Andre, because both of them assed out at this point. But Andre, like, what the fuck have you really done? Because Andre kind of showed him up a little bit. He said, I took Ashley to goddamn Paris without even taking her to Paris. Bitch, what the fuck have you done? And I said, on that front, yeah, exactly. Get it to fuck together, Theodore. Meanwhile, Nicole about to have a little bit of a hot girl summer, okay? The way she was over there in that little divorce party that she had with Danny and Vanessa, baby, I said, come on, do it. I said, come on, let loose. She was about to twerk a little bit. She had to reel it in a little bit, okay? Because them hips start moving. I said, I know that's right. You free, bitch. You free and you understand it, okay? You said, I'm finna come into my own. I said, all right. Now, how you gonna feel tomorrow? How you gonna feel tomorrow? Y'all think that the divorce is gonna really happen? Or do you think, I feel like this is going to happen. I feel like if the divorce do happen, Ted probably still gonna try to get up in there, and it's gonna be a situation where him and her gonna fuck around with each other, right? Or the divorce process is gonna keep going, but she gonna still be talking to Carlton. They gonna wind up having sex. Ted gonna probably try to jump on Carlton, and then that's probably gonna turn to her on a bitch. I don't know. I want people to fuck. I'm so goddamn messy, bitch. Let me write the script. Let me write the script a little bit, okay? Oh my God, because I need more Nicole. I need more Nicole. I really do. I do. We spend too much time on lazy and shit, even though that's cute or whatever. But I need more Nicole cussing people out and living free, bitch. Okay, for real. Get it in. What else is going on in this episode or this week? I feel like that's it. And if not, put it down in the comments. But I mean, it was cute, but it wasn't much. I feel like next week is really gonna be what a dun 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 dun. Everything drops. Okay. Damn. Kat said, "Is that you want to go again?" Bitch, that is not what you want to hear when you in the throes of passion. You want to go again? It was just like, girl, what? Slow down. You're doing too much. We just done. Okay. Let me think about this, and I'll get back to you in 5 to 10 business days. Okay. That's how Kat really went. I'm like, good. But anyway, yeah, I believe that's all that happened this week. You guys tell me how y'all felt about it. And again, I apologize for being a little bit late. Girl, shit happens, but hell. We'll be here next week. Enjoy yourself. Stay cool. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.